Hey YouTube, how you doing? Right, this is a bit of an exciting one. This is the new BrewZilla from RoboBrew. This is an Australian company and they make a device which is, I think most of you have probably seen it by now. It looks like a grandfather type of device, a little bit cheaper, half the price of it, but the interesting thing here is that we're looking at the generation 3.1.1, which, as the name on the outside of the packaging shows you here, this is BrewZilla. And this kit was my Christmas present, which I'm really excited about. So this will help me with the brewing process. I got the hot basket and the neoprene jacket, and the system has been upgraded, I believe, in some areas, such as the switches down here. So hopefully you can see there's a new sort of plastic switch. This is the one for the pump. The same is also true for the switches down here. And then there's been some additional handles that have been added to this as well. So here is where the handles are situated. And you can see this is where I was putting the hot basket for now. I think the kit already was using this particular type of locking mechanism, so just release it and you can see there's the easy release mechanism for putting on the spout. So push it in, lock it down, and then we're all good. I put the lid clamps on. Let's take the lid clamps off. There we go. Now taking the final one off. So there's the final lid clamp. I'm going to take the hose out of the way. And now we can take the lid off. So there's the lid down there. And then you can see effectively, this is the malt pipe just around here. So let me release this one again and I can turn it, or just take it out, probably easier. One-handed take off, that's there you go, shows you how to do it. So let's have a look what's inside the malt pipe. So here we have the filters. So you've got the top filter, you've got the top filter, you've got the little bung to protect it. Let's take the filter off. A new kind of slide mechanism on this, so this seems to hold the pipe. So if I release it, you can see I can raise it up, and again lower it down. And we've got dual meshes on here, and then this is just screwed into the bottom. So I've done it this particular way around because I kind of feel that that's appropriate. Not sure it is, but just felt like the right thing. Malt pipe. Let me get the handle out. So just getting the handle out. Let's get just about. There's your malt pipe. Put it on here. We take it out. So that's without the filter inside it. Let me put the filter back in. So there's no rubber seals around any of these anymore. And then if we look in the bottom of this, again you can see that we now have a little hook. And if I pull it out, there's the new, well, I don't think it's new, but they put a little carry out so you can easily lift that out. Let's have a look inside the container again. So the bottom there, you can see the outflow for the recirculation pump, and then underneath is the elements itself. So what I'll next do is I will switch on the pump, or switch on the BrewZilla itself, so you can have a quick look at the screen and the various different settings on it. This is the little interface that is used by the BrewZilla to set up all the various different functions and the various different types of programs you can run on it. Let's plug it in and turn the power on it. So you saw the boot screen. Let's turn the power on. So there's the power on setting. So what you've got, as you can see, you've got on-off switch, temperature, you've got obviously the time, automatic manual mode, and then you've got the various settings. So if I go into temperature, press the temperature button, I can raise the temperature now to 68 degrees centigrade. You can also set it into Fahrenheit as well, apparently. I think if you hold the temperature setting for 2 seconds, there you go, that switched to Fahrenheit. And if we hold the temperature setting again, we'll switch back to centigrade. In the UK with centigrade. Time, this is where you can go and set the different sort of modes. So if we go into automatic, you can set the time here, and you can again set how many minutes it's supposed to get to. I haven't fully looked at all of this, but I believe what you can do is you can fill it up with water the night before, you can set the timer on it, and then you can hit play, and then it starts obviously counting down or switching on the temperature to get onto it. So you heard the click there. Obviously I haven't turned any of the elements on, but it would be trying to now run the program, in this case for 20 minutes to try and get to that temperature that I set in the controller itself. Let's stop it now. If you go into the different ST or there's the different modes, you can now set up different programs. I again haven't explored this in particular, but if I go play, maybe if I go, yeah, okay, so there's no program on this one, so that was just showing me that I guess that timer program doesn't do anything. Yeah, so we're now back to it. So I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, back to the start. Would actually be nice if it showed that on the screen, but I guess that little microcontroller just doesn't have that feature on it. But I think everything else is pretty straightforward, and this will allow you to set up step mashes and various other timer settings. I have heard on other users of these things that it does take time to get to the set temperature, so you can set it, make sure it gets to the temperature, hold it there for a period of time, and then obviously you can set it back down again. The only other part that I didn't show you, which was the little nozzle here, which allows to go over the malt pipe backflow. So essentially the wort will flow back through when you're doing recirculation. I'm actually going to put some water inside it because I want to see the pump recycling. So I may just put some star sand inside it as a sort of a first test. Right, so I've got some star sand here, and the unit's on, so let me just pour some of this in. Right, so this is the first time it's had any liquid inside it, and let's turn the pump on. Yep, and we have recirculation water coming through. There you go, you can see there's some liquid coming through there, and it's nice and quiet actually. I'm just going to rinse down the walls. Not to put it too much outside of the thing. And let's clean this one down. Technically you don't really need to do all of this, but it's probably a good idea just to wash some sanitizer through it. And of course the hops filter here is really just used in the boil, so you can't really see me high. So hopefully that was a useful demonstration of BrewZilla. Back of it's quite cool actually. I think that's quite a nice little feature. I don't know if you can see that. Let me zoom in slightly on this as well. There you go. So now you can probably just about see that there's some extra text on the back that kind of tells you the gravity, the ABV, what type of beers you're trying to brew, optimum pH ranges, and the sparging conditions. So really nice little quick guide for a new brewer to really get to understand what things they're actually trying to reach. So specifically the mash temperature, that's really, really important. I'm not so worried about the water pH, but I know lots of people like to make additives inside it. And then again, the duration of time for the mash, and then how long you're actually supposed to boil out as well. So some really handy tips on the back here for a new brewer if they're actually looking to get into the home brew side of things. But really like this kit. I'll do another video when I'm actually using it in anger, but for now this was just a quick sort of unboxing, but it's obviously outside the box. Hey guys, if you like the video, if you like the channel, please subscribe, it's really helpful, and like this, and any comments you want, please ask them. I'm always happy to answer any questions. Take care, bye bye. Bonus footage. Forgot to actually show you the chiller that comes with the kit. So this is the Wort chiller that comes with the RoboBrew. I opted to get the attachments, but to fit a UK hose you need to have essentially a spacer to bring the size of the screw from the actual connector up to the size of a fit that would actually go into a hose pipe. So either way, you can run cold water through this, or I've even heard of some people running the beer through this and then putting the chiller inside effectively a bucket of ice cold water and using that way of doing it. But for me, I'll be using essentially cold water flowing through the actual unit itself, and then obviously taking the heat away from it. So you can fill it from either way. I have no preference as to what is the right way to bring in the cold water, but you could bring it in as cold here, because this is the hot area, and then obviously circulate it out with the cold going out that side as the expulsion of the water itself. But when I get RoboBrew up and running and BrewZilla running, then we'll be able to have a look and see how effective this is. But this is the Wort chiller that comes with the kit, which is a huge advantage.